So if you're in the market for the iPhone Air, but you're actually conflicted about getting this one, most especially as regards its camera, considering the fact that this one features a single 48 megapixel camera, then this video is for you. For starters, you need to know that the camera of this one is very clear, and compared to the older models of iPhone or even the Pro and the Pro Max, I did not actually notice a significant difference, except for the fact that this one does not support ProRes. But in this video, we're breaking down the iPhone's Air camera so that you'll be able to pick if this one is actually the best one for you. So the next thing we're looking at is the back camera video capabilities. Now you need to know that this one can shoot up to 4K at 60 FPS, and on slow mode it can actually shoot up to 120 FPS. Now let's see how this one performs. Now on the back camera, you need to know that this one has a couple of modes like the action mode, exposure button, flash, and the dual capture. Now you need to know that the dual capture was a feature that was released alongside the iPhone 17 lineup and the iPhone Air. But the action button has actually been on the iPhone series, let's say the 15, 16, and the 17, which actually is a regular standard right now. But what does the action button actually do? Now if you click on this one tends to like reduce the shaking in, let's say when you're making a video, you actually reduce shakes in the video like a gimbal kind of function. And trust me, this one can be useful when you do, let's say, walking videos, running videos, or anything that has to involve the camera shaking. But there's a downside to the action button. Now if you shoot with the action button, you notice that you can only shoot at 2.8K. That is, you actually lose the ability to shoot at 4K, but you actually have the ability to shoot at 8K, 2.8K, which is still quite okay considering the fact that social media actually decompresses your video. But if you don't want to shoot at 2.8K, then you have to ditch the action button and actually shoot at, let's say, the normal video capabilities. Now you can shoot at 4K. But trust me, when it comes to shooting videos with the iPhone Air, this one is still very, very reliable, and to me it's still very, very good. So how does this one handle zooming? Now when it comes to zooming on the iPhone Air as regards video, there is actually a downside. You can only zoom up to 6x, but to be very honest with you, 6x is still quite good, except you're the kind of person that goes to concerts and you kind of stay in the back. Then that one is actually a downside. But let's see how this one actually does. Now if you click on record right here and you click on zoom, you can see that we actually have 2x. But let's try to zoom in. Now see how the zooming works. You can go up to 6x, and for a fact this one still retains a lot of details, considering the fact that this one has only a one lens camera system like the iPhone XR. This one is still quite reliable and is still good. So if you're not the type of person that zooms a lot, then this one is still a perfect buy for you. But even if you zoom, just know you get up to only 6x. But when it comes to the photo camera, you can get up to 10x. Now back to the additional features of the back camera of the iPhone Air. Now there's a new feature on the iPhone Air and the iPhone 17 lineup, which is dual capture. Now what this one actually does is that it enables you to use both the front camera, which is the selfie camera, and the back camera. And you need to note that the selfie camera of the iPhone Air actually comes with it's actually an 18 megapixel camera, while the back camera is a 48 megapixel camera. Now let's see how this one actually works. When you click on record on your camera, or rather, sorry, when you click on dual capture on your iPhone Air, you will notice that the selfie camera is now in use and the back camera is now in use. Now let's click on record, and as you can see, both cameras are in use, which is me here on the selfie camera, while you can actually get the landscape on the back camera and the other subject at the back camera. So this one is a useful feature for, let's say you're on a walk and you're on the go and you want to capture both moments, which is nice. But let's be honest, this one has actually been available on Android for a while, and it was just recently introduced to the iPhone. So should I say Apple was actually back as regards this one? But this one is still nice, considering the fact that the image quality of this one is great, and I actually like it. It's something I've actually been waiting for quite a while. Now let's go back to the additional features too. So now the last thing we have not actually looked at is the exposure. And what does exposure actually mean? This is a button that you can use to like control how bright, or let's say how dark you want your image or video to be. Now if you click on this, you just get like a slider right here. Let's click on record. Sorry, let's go back. If you click on this, you actually get like a slider here, and what this one actually does is that it either decreases the brightness or increases the brightness. As you can see, it either decreases the brightness or increases the brightness. So basically this one is a very nice feature when you are like shooting indoors, or you're shooting in the night, or you're shooting like, let's say, outdoors and the sun is too much or something like that. This one is actually very standard on digital cameras, and most let's say additional camera apps you can get on the App Store or Play Store. So yeah, this one is a nice feature. Now let's head on to the selfie camera and see how this one performs. So the next thing we're looking at is the selfie camera of the iPhone Air, and trust me, this one is still a very great one. Now you need to know that the back camera of it actually features a 48 megapixel sensor, while the selfie camera features an 18 megapixel sensor. But how does this one perform when it comes to real life and let's say real life testing? Now you need to know that every single button you actually get on the back camera you get on the selfie camera, which is actually a nice one, and the quality of this one is quite nice. Now you need to know that this also features the dual capture mode, but there's actually a downside to this one. You cannot shoot, let's say, continuously. Let's say you are shooting on the selfie camera, I try to switch to the dual capture mode, this one does not actually work. So you have to pause your video, switch to the dual capture mode, and try to record again. As you can see here, now I'm actually recording again using the dual capture mode, and for a fact the dual capture mode on the iPhone 17 lineup is a great one. Now what can you shoot on? You can actually shoot up to 4K at 30 fps on the selfie camera of this one, which just makes sense, and every other thing is nice. So as regards the selfie camera, you get crystal clear images, videos, and everything is great. Now let's head on to photos on the iPhone Air. Now when it comes to taking photos on the iPhone Air, you actually get your usual, let's say, iPhone setup. You get a timer, you get a live button, you get the aspect ratio, you get the flash, you get exposure, and you get styles. Now this one is still very okay. You get everything you get on your regular iPhone. Like that's why I say when it comes to real life testing and let's say real life use, the iPhone Air does not flop in any way. Trust me, except for the fact that like you're a content creator that you can make videos, let's say high quality videos, then you actually need to be worried. But when it comes to a daily user, let's say an average user, this one still stands out very well. Now you get your usual iPhone stuff, everything: aspect ratio, styles, exposure, flash, timer, and everything. And considering the fact that this one is a single lens, should I say single lens setup, you still get everything you get on the Pro and the Pro Max models. Now you get the usual iPhone styles. You actually get the button to like customize whatever you like. Let's say you want an undertone, you want, let's say, gray, or you want a different style, you get the button to customize everything you actually like. But there's something I actually love on this one. Now when it comes to the portrait mode of this, you actually get this whole iPhone stuff like the studio light, natural light, you get the contour light, you get the stage light, and every other single thing you find on your regular iPhone. But how does the pictures of this one actually look? Now let's take let's say a couple of test pictures and see how they perform well as regards the pictures. So when it comes to taking pictures on the iPhone Air, I'll actually take some pictures with this one and actually attach them to this video so that you can see how well they perform. So basically, let me just stay here. Can you please smile for the camera? See the way she's smiling. Now, trust me, the pictures on this one look very good. They look crystal clear. I like the portrait mode more, especially the fact that it's able to blur the background very well with just a single lens. This kind of reminds me of the iPhone XR. Now, you need to know that that one actually features a single, let's say, single lens system. And when that phone actually launched, I was kind of skeptical about it, but somehow, some way, that phone actually ended up being one of the most favorite iPhones ever. Now I'm still taking pictures with this. We'll just attach almost all the pictures I take onto this video to see how well it performs. Now when it comes to zooming here, you can actually zoom up to 10x as against the videos that you zoom only up to like 6x. Now I will actually take another picture with the zoom and tag it at every one. Now this is 2x. Now let's move up to 4x. Now let's move up to 10x. Now this last picture is actually 10x. And you can see for a fact this one still preserves enough details. So yeah, when it actually comes to shooting with the, let's say you want to shoot like, let's say, pictures with the iPhone Air, this one still makes enough sense. Like, it's one of the best ones you can actually get, and trust me, for a fact I can tell you that you won't miss anything you miss on the Pro or the Pro Max on this, especially if you're an average user. So the iPhone Air is kind of a beast, or let's say, how did they actually put that in English? Kind of let's say, a wolf in a sheep's clothing. So yeah, don't be afraid, get it, it's nice. So how does the selfie camera of the iPhone Air actually perform? Now you need to know that the selfie camera actually is an 18 megapixel camera, and for a fact this is very 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 impressive. Now taking pictures on the selfie camera is quite easy, quite natural, and it has this boast of color that just makes absolute sense. Now aside from the fact that I'm shooting in landscape just because of this YouTube video, I'll actually show you the new feature that's actually available on the iPhone Air and the iPhone 17 lineup, which is the fact that even if you're shooting on portrait, let's say your phone is held in a portrait way like this, you can still shoot landscape pictures and videos using the selfie camera. It's actually a feature that was designed for, family outing and gathering and stuff like that. Let's say you guys are plenty, then you don't have to like squeeze yourself into the picture anymore or the video. You just press the just a click of a button, you actually have an expanded view. Now let me just take some pictures with this one so that we can add it to the video so you can see how good this one looks. Now I'm actually taking pictures with this, and for a fact this is very very nice. Now you need to know that this one is very very friendly with apps like Instagram, Snapchat, and co. You can actually use this one to like take snaps, your filters and all that. I'm not a fan of that, but yeah, this one still makes sense. Now let me explain this mode. Now all pictures that we're taking, as you can see, we're taking in landscape mode. Now I want to take pictures using the new feature on the iPhone 17 lineup and the iPhone Air, which is the other mode that just enables you to like take far pictures. So you guys should come, please come. Now, in a typical session, come close. In a typical session, let's say you're taking a picture or a video using the selfie camera before, you'll not be able to like squeeze a lot of people. Now, let me just take a quick picture. As you can see, my hand is stretched out and I'm taking with like the portrait mode. So that one does not really make sense because you have to like stretch out and stuff like that. But with a single click of a button like this, now you get an expanded view. Now, let me just take a picture of this. As you can see, all these pictures will be attached to the video so you can see how it actually works. Now, this one is a very nice one. Hold more take video too. Now you can see that we are recording a video and this video will be attached to like the whole video and stuff. Now this one is a very nice one. It just enables you to like take family or group portraits quite easily. So yeah, it's a great add-on. So as regards the selfie camera of the iPhone Air, I'm not really a fan of all those numbers and stuff. Just know that if you're an average user, or let's say you are like someone that does not go into content creating a lot, the camera of the iPhone Air, as a selfie camera as regards photo, is a very very nice one. Now let's just move on to like taking regular pictures of the whole place, and this actually is zoos. I'll take pictures of like animals and stuff like that, and we'll attach all this to the video. And for a fact, the camera of the iPhone Air in general is a superb one. Now let me add on something. Now as regards the iPhone Air, the fact that this phone was designed to be like slim and stuff like that, the fact people were actually afraid of the fact that the camera of this one will actually make the phone to overheat. Now you need to know that I've been shooting under the sun for a while, and for a fact I'm not using a pouch. This phone is still handling great, so the camera does not cause the phone to overheat. You don't really get much of, let's say, compromise on this one. And yeah, the camera of the iPhone Air is great. So as regards the camera, you actually get a premium feel and a premium experience. And now let's just take pictures of the surroundings so I can attach the video for you so that you see how it looks. And I'll actually add an additional section to this video, which is the fact that I'll compare the camera of this to some base model of the iPhone I have. So the next thing we'll be looking at is a quick comparison. Like I said earlier, we'll just do a quick comparison. So basically, this is a comparison between the base model iPhone 14 and the iPhone Air. Now, as regards video, this is a video I'm actually making with both the iPhone 14 and the iPhone Air, and trust me, it's still quite okay. It's good. I like how everything flows. Now let's head on to pictures. Now this is the photo section, and let's just take a quick picture, both on 1x. Now let's head on to the portrait mode, and that's portrait mode. So basically, this is a quick comparison between the iPhone Air and the iPhone 14 base model. And trust me, for a fact, it's still quite okay. Now let's compare with one of my favorite iPhones, which is the iPhone 12. Now this is also a quick comparison between the iPhone 12 and the iPhone Air. So now let's record video. Both is shot at 1x actually. So we are shooting on 1x on both phones. Now let's head on to the pictures. Now let's go to photos and let's take some pictures. Both are shot on live photos. Now let's head on to portrait mode. So yeah, that's a quick comparison between the iPhone Air and the iPhone 12. And now that's a quick comparison between the iPhone Air and the iPhone 12. But there was something I noticed. For a fact, the camera on the iPhone 12 is still very, very, should I say, very, very impressive for a phone that was made, was it 2020? I think it's 2020. For a camera that was made in 2020, this is actually a great phone up until today. And this one actually is on iOS 26. Liquid glass looks good on this one. The camera is still by far a very nice one. So you can check out the review of the iPhone 12 on the channel. Now, there was something I missed on the iPhone 14. The iPhone 14 actually has action mode. So let's test action mode on both the iPhone 14 and the iPhone Air. So basically, this is action mode on both phones. That is the iPhone 14 and the iPhone Air. And I actually leave you guys to judge which one is better. So you need to consider that both phones are actually base models. Although the iPhone Air was not classified as a base model, so I don't know where to classify that one as. But I feel as if the iPhone Air is just like Apple's innovation to the iPhone Fold, which you might be seeing next year or so. So yeah, this action mode on both phones. So now there is actually a problem. I actually missed the fact that the iPhone Air doesn't have cinematic mode. Now, if you're kind of person that shoots, let's say, content a lot and you're trying to use like cinematic mode, you need to note that the iPhone Air doesn't have cinematic mode. But when it comes to this camera review, I'm actually doing this camera review as regards the average user, or let's say someone who just wants to get this phone. So basically, this one does not shoot in cinematic mode. If you're not a content creator, trust me, you won't need cinematic mode in any way possible. So yeah, the iPhone Air lacks as regards cinematic mode. Now what we'll do is I will just walk around, take a couple of videos and pictures and attach them to this video for you to see like the full view of the camera. So my name is Yus. Do well to like, comment and also follow for more. Thank you.